Greetings and welcome to the Plumber station. Today we are going to talk about vehicles. And we have a guest from the McGill, I think it's Baha racing team.
Hi everyone.
How often do you have people pronounce it Baja?
Pretty often.
Oh.
When I joined the team, I thought it was Baja too.
Is it
and
not?
That was corrected. It's Baha.
Is it Baja or no? Is it Baja or Baja?
Or Baja?
Baja.
Or Baha.
Is it a hard G? Is it a hard G or
It's
a
a J.
soft
It's a J.
No, I know. The J can make a G sound, right? Like in
Baga?
like in what?
Baga?
Baga, like in Baga. No, that's not. No. Baga is
that
pronounced
big?
Baja, right?
Oh shit, right.
Right?
Yes.
Right. Right? You're in it.
Baha.
You're Baja. Yeah, no. That's exactly what I said. What are you saying?
What exactly is Baha?
What exactly is Baha? So Baha is an undergraduate group of students. We design, build, test, and race a Baha, which kind of looks like this. You can look on our website.
I don't think we can see that.
Yeah.
But we have a website and Facebook page where you can go look at pictures. And the racing is the best part because we basically have like obstacle courses. It's the biggest event at the competition is a 4-hour endurance race where they have like logs and rocks, and it's about 100 Bahas all on the same track that just race for 4 hours. And
So it's like a rally, like
it's basically
the car.
Yeah, and it's just amazing because, you know, out of the 100 cars that start, only 60 finish because the rest break.
And of course, the McGill one always finishes.
McGill one hasn't always finished.
Oh.
With our car last year, we were able to finish both endurance races, which is really, really impressive. There was actually a team, Concordia University, and it was their first year that they ever went to competition, and they were able to finish the race. And that really is a testament towards their skill because finishing the race with the first Baja you've ever made, that's really impressive. Good for Concordia, yeah.
Montreal represent, you know.
Represent, man.
Now,
We love
when
them.
you start building the Baja from scratch at the beginning of the year, what defines scratch? Do you need to build a new frame?
Well, first of all, the first thing we do is the design, right? So we do the design for pretty much the first semester. Second semester, we build it all from scratch. And when I say from scratch, I mean like we get the tubes just, you know, we get them bent for us because we don't have a tube bending machine. But I mean, we do the welding ourselves. We cut a lot of the tubes ourselves. We have to mount everything onto the frame ourselves. We make our own body panels out of carbon fiber or composites or whatever. We used to do it, I believe, plastics or fiberglass. Now we're going to do it with carbon fiber because it's way cooler. We also have some Kevlar, which is pretty sick. It's always cool to work with materials that you don't often see.
How often do the Bajas get shot at toward Kevlar panels?
Yeah.
More often than you'd think,
Oh,
but
okay.
not often enough that I can divulge the number of times.
Oh, okay.
That's
Is the
something
Kevlar like
confidential.
thick enough to like what caliber bullet would the Kevlar stop?
Strangely, we were not able to do that testing, but we've been speaking to the Shockwave lab, and they might be able to let us test the Kevlar in terms of like their explosions.
Because like
So
based
we'll
on
have to take a look.
I've seen some footage of the Baja, sorry, and I think Baja, right? Baja. Like based on the footage, like you drop like pretty high, so you need like at least like 2 artillery shells at once, right? Like those.
Well, it depends on where it hits, right? Because if it hits on the panel, that's the case. But imagine, like, you know, this part has no body
I
power.
have no idea when you say this part.
When I say this part, I mean like when you're sitting in the Baja.
Okay,
you know,
so like if I was sitting.
you're in the Baja and you've got your steering here.
So the windshield.
Everybody. There's no windshield. And
Well,
there's no roof.
But like the idea of a windshield. right?
Exactly, but there is none. So if you got an
Wait,
artillery shell there.
You said there's no roof, so if the artillery shell did go down, it would just directly hit the person.
Exactly.
Kevlar is
It's
useless.
more side. It's like drive-bys.
It's like a drive.
It's a drive-by.
So basically, what you're saying is by driving this endurance race, the Kevlar is used in protecting the driver. Okay, from the legs. So not.
You don't usually have stuff falling on top of you. You have like other rods hitting you. Maybe you're
Like
gonna
that's
do,
what you like.
you know.
Worst case scenario, though, speaking right here, right?
Worst case scenario, yes, there are artillery shells, but more often than not, you get some crashes or some rollovers, which try to avoid it, but sometimes, you know, it just so happens that you land badly and you flip. If you're lucky, you'll do a full 360 and you can just keep on driving. But
If you land on your side, are you allowed to ride it, or like what's the penalty for during, let's say, the endurance race?
oh, well, so basically if you fall on your side, there's people called carnage crew, and they basically pick up the carnage that are in the Bahas. So they go and they pick up the Baha and let it go on its way. There is a penalty if you do rollovers, I believe. So if you roll over 3 places in the same spot on the track, then you're disqualified. So, you know, maybe, for instance, like there's a part of the track where if you go left, there's a really big drop. Now, maybe you'll try it twice, you'll mess up twice, then you're not going to take that path anymore, because it's better just to take the longer path than to be disqualified out of the entire race.
Now, you say 3 times same spot. What if your Baja is designed to do flips?
They're all designed to be able to do a rollover. There are a lot of rules we have to follow to ensure the safety of the driver.
Now, are there regulations for this said rollover? Like, is it if the roof of the Baja hits the ground, that's considered a roll? Like, what if it's just a straight up front flip? And nothing touches the ground but the wheels, and it just looks awesome.
It looks awesome. You might get some nice aesthetic points, you know,
Right.
bonus points for that.
But does that count as a rollover?
I've never seen that happen, and there's no drop big enough, I believe, that you will be able to do a full flip without touching.
Not yet.
Momentum.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I will admit there's still some room for change.
Are you guys up to the challenge?
We're up to any challenge.
How about barrel rolls?
Barrel rolls? We have not performed a successful barrel roll, but it is a work in progress and definitely one of our goals.
Well, you've tried.
We should try.
Yes.
Intentionally and unintentionally.
Okay, that's good. That's all I wanted.
So Baha is working on barrel rolls, as you can see. Which is
Yeah.
good.
It's good.
You don't see the electric snowmobile doing that.
Hey, watch yourself. We've got skirts.
You got skirts.
Yeah. So
Wait.
we're.
Like,
I know we're building a sound isolation kilt, because kilts are manly. Yeah.
with skin kills. And tree throwing. You know, have you ever seen, like, in Scotland, they have that, what's this?
Scotland.
In Scotland.
I'm on the exit now, it's not changed until the end of the episode.
They have those, like, those competitions, where people just go and they just grab tree trunks.
I had a cable toss.
Yeah, whatever you just said, and they just try to throw them. And it's like, it's awesome, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they did
That's
that in
literally
Samurai
it.
Jack. There's an episode of Samurai Jack where he had to do that. And instead of throwing a trunk, he threw another Scottish guy and he won.
And didn't he have a machine gun for a foot?
Not Samurai Jack, but the other guy.
Then the other guy, Samurai Jack, he has a sword.
Alright, so bringing it back to,
Kilts.
we mentioned, or the electric snowmobile is what I was going for. So yeah, you're on electric snowmobile.
I'm using the electric snowmobile team for my final design project. So,
Yes.
elaborate. Basically, there's lots of things that go into the electric snowmobile. They start with a BRP, some fancy model number, gasoline powered engine, and they remove the gasoline components and insert like an electric motor. The motor itself uses 3-phase current, so we put in a controller to feed the AC current into the motor, and that takes power from a standard lithium-ion battery with multiple cells. You don't remember the exact amount. That's basically the design. Is trying to eliminate noise, improve efficiency, and basically the idea, unlike Baha, which is more of an extreme engineering field in terms of purely producing the best out of it, the electric snowmobile ultimately hopes to become a product you can buy from the store.
So you guys don't design a snowmobile from scratch like Baja does. You guys just grab a snowmobile and just like refurbish
We
the
hack
engine?
it up a little bit. I don't know what we do with the engine, but I'm pretty sure my blender needs a replacement, so I'll see what I can do.
Well, you guys don't. Is what I'm gonna. You guys don't build it from scratch. So like
No.
it's more like it's like electrical engineering kind of thing.
There's electrical engineering. There is a fair amount of mechanical in terms of making sure that the things really fit, which parts we can cut effectively. to make sure that obviously we're not going to hit the amount of snow indoor for a tumble. That's not a happy time. But specifically, I'm new to the team this year, so specifically, the four of us in the final design project group are trying to see if we can make a skirt that can be removed and attached as an aftermarket product that can reduce the noise for people around. Because that's the biggest advantage really of the electric snowmobile, but besides the environmental aspect, is that's a lot quieter.
It was really great for the team last year because Electric Snowmobile, they won their competition, and what that meant is that they were able to ship their snowmobile up to Greenland.
Yeah.
Up in Greenland, they have their testing facility, and because you're so far north, you need to have a snowmobile that has zero emissions.
Yeah, it's for their environmental testing. So if you have some sort of internal combustion engine running, you're tampering with your samples.
Exactly. So
Unfortunately, apparently people didn't understand that if you let the batteries totally discharge, well, you're not starting them again. So they sat there for a couple of weeks to a couple of months because some, I won't say idiot, but yes, idiot left the batteries to discharge. So
how much is the new battery pack?
I think the batteries can be recharged, just not in the field. But we are adding a new battery pack. I can't remember the specifics at the moment.
So that's like a snowmobile. We got one more vehicle. FSA, the Formula One car, right? Does anyone know anything about it?
It goes forward.
It goes forward, yeah, that's one. It's
It
fast.
has brakes
It's
too.
fast. It has brakes.
So can I go backward? I'm a little
Can I go
sketchy on
backwards?
this.
Ours can. Baha
You
can.
can't
but they-
go backwards. So if it goes into a wall, no going.
There is no exit strategy.
No exit strategy right there.
No, it's pretty obvious that you just go through the wall, you tear it
Yeah.
down.
Momentum, right? Momentum.
Yeah. Mr. Baha, tear down this wall.
Yeah.
problem solved.
So yeah, okay, so that's the Formula One car.
Well, they also, I can develop that a little bit. Similar to Baja, they basically design and build their car from scratch as well. And they go to competitions in North America, but they also go to Europe. So they are competing on an international level like we are. And they did really well this year. So it's another cool design team that we're to get involved in.
How many points do they get for putting their car over?
I'm pretty sure none, maybe negative points. You'll have to speak with them about that. Or they might get style points, in which case it's plus 1,000.
Is there some sort of cage to protect the person? Like so flipping is not really
It's a test of head thing.
Oh, but they have helmets, right?
They have
Oh, yeah,
helmets.
helmets.
Speaking of helmets,
Yes.
what a good.
You want to go with that?
Well, I want to be protected, and I want to know. Like I had a couple questions. Can you ride a Baja with a bicycle helmet like this one, or would you need a special
You need
Baja
something
helmet?
similar to like a motorcycle helmet. Fully
I
covered.
got one of those at home.
Yeah.
Fully
You
covered.
have to wear, so
Well,
fully covered, I
if,
mean.
if I grow a beard, will that be enough cover for
How
my
tough
face?
is your beard?
If it's like,
It's gonna be pretty tough.
you know what
You
I,
have to do some extensive testing. So.
you know what I don't get? Superman can grow a beard, but like, wouldn't there just be more cushion for the pushing? You know, like.
I am not sure you're using that correctly.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I'll have to check the manual.
I think pushing, like a punch is a push, just really fast and like
I think of
harder.
different cushions when you talk about cushion.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is this is just like a beard, like humans grew beards because it was like back in the day when like boxing was a thing.
I thought it was for warmth.
That too, but it's also like if you punch a guy with a beard, like it's like not gonna hurt as much. It's a little cushion for the pushing, right? No, no.
Not my
Okay.
kind of cushion.
Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, back to the Superman scenario. Why doesn't he just grow his beard out? Because that's like just like it's an awesome thing. First of all, it looks great. Second of all, more protection. Third of all, it looks great. Fourth of all, it's a beard. Beards
Well,
are good.
you have to think about it in terms of practicality. He's trying to blend in as Clark Kent. And imagine if as Clark Kent, he got something stuck in his beard. Well, this is Kryptonian beard technology you're talking about. It's going to let that tree right down in the ground. That's not going to be very, very, like, inconspicuous. Walking down the tree with an elm hanging off your beard, they're going to notice that.
An elm tree. A tree just hanging off the wall. Okay.
Just picture that.
Quietly, before you go to sleep.
The only thing he'll notice, a little elm tree just hanging. I guess it's Superman, he doesn't really notice.
But then again, he gets away with wearing glasses as disguise.
So I
So,
think
Yeah.
nobody else would notice. This is
Oh,
clearly
that's
just a
true.
world where nobody notices.
but yeah, conversely to that, how do you think he shaves?
Oh, actually, they did that in the, they showed that he uses a laser beam, refracts in the mirror, and just like.
Oh,
They thought of everything.
is that a Kryptonian mirror then?
No, well, like mirrors just reflect light, and a laser is just a laser,
So
right?
if I go home, get my mirror and bring it to the pedal and laser, it's not going to like blow the sky high. I'll have to test that. I'll test that. Try it at home, kids.
Yeah, shoot a high-powered laser beam
An
at
attempt
a
to
mirror.
shave.
An attempt to shave. I suggest pointing the mirror so that the laser beam refracts.
It'll
Reflects. Back at your face. That's what you want, right?
But not directly at your face, just enough that it just barely touches.
No, directly at your face is a good idea.
Safety protections for coward kids.
Yeah. I hear sunglasses might help, but like, you don't really need it.
Oh, wear a helmet.
Wear a helmet.
You gotta be protected.
And so yeah. So anybody else got anything to add to the vehicle section of this portion of this episode of this thing? Series? Shindig? Nothing?
Wanna go for a bike ride?
I kind of do want to go for a bike ride.
Let's go, everyone.
Yeah.
Cycle for.
Bicycle, I
Want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll have a good night.